Are you ready? Let's go. You're going out tonight.
And welcome to the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse for this evening's women's college basketball matchup between the Bowling Green Falcons and the host Pitt Panthers. Jeff Hathorn and Amanda Sidley will be calling the action tonight. Thanks for joining us. Amanda, we've already seen a couple of matches here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, and Bowling Green coming off a 21-win season. Expectations are there for the Falcons. They did lose the opener 3-0 to Towson, but really it was much closer than that score would indicate.
It was. The first set did not go the way that Bowling Green would have wanted, and then the next two sets we were sitting up here watching, and they were very, very close. So this is a Bowling Green team that has the reigning player of the year in the MAC in Petra Androva, and then also the reigning defensive player of the year in the MAC in Julia Walls. And honestly, though, Jeff, neither of them were the key players for this Bowling Green team in that game versus Towson. So it'll be interesting to see who really steps up in this big matchup against the number 7 Pitt Panthers, coming off of a victory that they just had this afternoon, 3-0.
And one of their key players, Hannah Laube, will not be playing. She did not play in the first match. She will not play here. She was second-team All-MAC, BG Scholar of the Year last year, had 67 assists in the MAC title game. Tells you about her importance. They will not have her against the 7th-ranked Panthers, who dominated an unbeaten American team. Dan Fisher era record 14 aces.
It was truly incredible to see. As we were sitting up here, you and I eventually got to the point of just looking at each other and saying, another one? And it was all over the place. I mean, you had Rachel Fairbanks, as you see on the screen right there, who had 6 of them herself, tied the record for the most in a single game. And also you have to factor in that it was a 3-set match, Jeff. So she was averaging 2 aces per set, which is unheard of. And we have Serena Gray there, who didn't actually play in that first match that we had earlier, so it's great to see.
A little under the weather.
Yeah, great to see her back out on the court, but
and
also
Emmy Klicka is getting an opportunity to start. We saw the freshman Rachel Jepson start for Gray in the first match today, and now an opportunity for Klicka, the sophomore from Ohio, to start here in the nightcap. So a little different lineup for the Panthers. When Sabrina Stark starting, Klicka starting as well, and of course Gray back in her normal spot.
But Jeff, that's the thing when we talk to Coach Dan Fisher, that this is a team that he has probably the most depth that he's ever had with a team. When you talk about players that should be on the court at the D1 level and the height that he hasn't seen. We talked about it, and we will talk about it pretty much every match this season, probably, with the graduation of Kayla Lund, one of the best players in program history, and Chinaza Ende, again, up on that top tier in program history. Lekator member Monet, who was a transfer that came in and was great. Kylie Levers, who left her mark on this program. And then you say, okay, how am I going to replace those players? Well, how about you bring in 3 Power 5 transfers, 2 of which stand at 6 feet 5 inches tall. I think that's a good start to replacing those types of players.
Yeah, I would say, and it's kind of the trend we've gotten to the point where with Dan Fisher as head coach, NCAA is the expectation. Competing for an ACC championship is the expectation because this program has grown so much over the last decade. And even being ranked 7th isn't a shock anymore. Like, wow, did you see Pitt is ranked 7th? It's like, oh, they're only 7th?
Yeah, and they were ranked 6th to start the season, which is the highest they've ever been ranked to start a season.
And BG will start. And first serve over, and an opportunity here for the Falcons to get the first point. First swing and into the net was Bowling Green's Kat Manley. And now the Panthers up 1-0, and Valeria Vasquez Gomez, the redshirt junior, will serve for the Panthers.
Kat Manley coming off a 9-kill match earlier today.
Middle hit. Communication there. Good dig by the libero, but out of bounds. Jeliana Torres. Torres also from Puerto Rico. And there once again, Puerto Rico to Puerto Rico. Left-handed hit is long by Lauren Hovey. And the Panthers are up early, 3-0.
And this is kind of a replica of what we saw with the Panthers' first match against American, where it wasn't necessarily what the Panthers were doing, it was the errors that American had, and we see a couple of errors here to start off for Bowling Green.
And an error for Vasquez Gomez. And Bowling Green gets on the board. And will make a substitution. Manley will serve from the BG area in Perrysburg, Ohio. Fairbanks the set. Good block by Bowling Green to get their second point.
What a great setup there on the outside pin by Lauren Hovey. Just setting it up perfectly to go up against the 6'5" Juliana Dalton.
So 2 straight for Bowling Green. And middle hit. And that's where the Panthers look to get some more production, is out of their middle and Serena Gray.
That's exactly what Coach Dan Fisher wants. He wants to see the middles get a lot of touches. And also the good thing, Jeff, about middles getting touches, that means your defense is playing well. Because if your middles are going to touch the ball, that means that you're getting a good first pass.
See Dan Fisher with the hands on the hips. And a near ace off a net ball. We saw a few of those in the first match. Now that was a wild play where 3 people going for the same ball kind of got everything out of whack for Bowling Green, and a 5th point for the Panthers.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get the ball over when half of the players on the court are on the ground, so that makes things a little bit difficult.
Daniela Tomic in her 11th year with Bowling Green is the head coach of the Falcons, and an ace off the top of the net, and it's the same net apparently, because I do believe at least 3 of the 14 aces for the Panthers were off the net.
At least 3. And Serena Gray, we didn't get a chance to see her last game, but she had 43 aces last season, which led the Panthers. So she is notorious for having a great serve.
And a middle kill of their own for Bowling Green.
Alexis Mathiel there in the middle with a great swing, finding a hole in that Panthers defense. I think that hole also started with a hole being in the Panther block as well.
6-3 Panthers, first set here in Pittsburgh. Good block, great save. Opportunity. Really good dig by Bowling Green. Spazzario was looking for a first kill of the match. The Panthers somehow get it over. Nice rally so far. Good dig by BG. Fairbanks. Another solid dig by Walls. Another dig. What a point. Fairbanks. Back to Bizzario. That's blocked, but kept in. Into the net were the Panthers.
What a point.
Wow.
Back and forth. Wow.
I thought we might just go get a drink, come back,
Yeah, and then the
see
point
if they were
was
still going.
Wow, what a rally between these two teams. And Jeff, coming in, there isn't a ton of height on this Bowling Green team, but they can sure get up. They've got a lot of touches on these Panthers attacks.
And they're a much different team than they were in the first set against Towson, as over the net was Bowling Green, so a point to the Panthers. They've come out a lot better than they did in that first set against the Tigers. You know, this is a veteran team. This is a program that's established in the MAC. This is not one that's going to get flustered after a bad performance.
Yeah,
and really, it was really a bad set. The other two sets could have gone either way.
Absolutely, and this is a Bowling Green team, 3 consecutive 20-win seasons, and they had an undefeated record at home, 10-0 for the first time last season since 1979.
And point for the Panthers, the serve by Ennis. Now 8-4 Pitt. Another good serve right on the line by Ennis. That ball hit into the net by Tyler.
Now that set was just a little bit too low. Tyler trying to get a swing on it, but if she was extending fully, which she tried, that ball was too low when she contacted it straight into the net.
Ennis, another of the new players for the Panthers. Texas A&M and Kansas before coming to Pitt. And her set, Doug. And Sabrina Starks saw that open court and buried it right there. Starks getting the start here in tonight's match. She started the match 11 blocks from 400 in her career. Set into the net. Error by Bowling Green. Now 11-4 Panthers. And this is when you've got a team like Pitt. All of a sudden you get these 5-0 runs, and what seems like a back and forth set gets lopsided really quick. And this is serve. And BG able to take back control. Big left-handed hit from Hovey.
Hovey's been impressive so far in this first set, Jeff. Leads BG with 2 kills on 7 attempts, so she's really been the go-to player so far offensively.
Hovey's competed on a couple of Canadian national teams in her career. Now BG got the serve back, and an unforced error gives it right back to Pitt. Missed by the other Walls, Julia Walls. Near ace by Dalton.
And into the net on Bowling Green, I believe.
I didn't catch the number. Dalton will serve again, 13-5.
Would have been either Andrews or Walls. Walls has a little bit of a height disadvantage when you look at for her. Only standing at 5'7".
Middle hit, good dig by Ennis. Kill attempt by Fairbanks, dug by Bowling Green, and tip The Panthers into the net. Mia Tyler scores for Bowling Green.
That was a really heads-up play by Mia Tyler that was a very tight set that was high, so the best thing that she could do was throw it into the hands at the block in front of her, and just with enough power to be able to push it down on this Panther sideline.
Substitutions for the Falcons. And serving is Alex LeBoy. Wind up and a big hit from Vasquez Gomez.
And that's what's going to happen when you have the 5'7" Jaden Walls and then only a 6'4" block from Jessica Andrews. And I say only meaning that she was really the only blocker that was in front of her. Standing at 6'4", she has an advantage. But when you're the only blocker up against Valeria Vasquez Gomez, that's a tough ask.
Klicka's serve. Now she'll back set. Vasquez Gomez blocked but out of bounds.
What a beautiful set there by Klicka. A back set, put it perfectly right in the wheelhouse of Vasquez Gomez and able to put it away.
It's 15-6 Panthers. We return here to Pittsburgh. Panthers hitting 300 early. Negative 050 for Bowling Green, a 15-6 Pitt lead. Klicka's serve. And wind up, big hit, good save by the Panthers. Vasquez Gomez blocked. She'll try again, a little bit higher that time. BG with the opportunity, and just a little short on the hit from Manley.
And that's what we've seen for most of this first set, Jeff. Just Bowling Green not quite getting what they need to do, not quite getting that good swing, not quite getting that good set. Just not able to put the whole product together.
Manley again, blocked at the net. She'll try it again, and into the net were the Panthers.
I think off the block, actually.
Off the block, out of bounds.
I believe that was off of Ennis and Fairbanks.
You can hear some of the students here. Set to Vasquez Gomez. Blocked out of bounds. 10-point lead for the Panthers here in the first set.
Jeff, I'm sure everyone can hear the band in the background, but there's also actually a really good crowd on hand tonight for a Friday night volleyball game.
It's kind of below where you see. It's a good on the other side too, but it's fairly packed on this side. Manley's hit. Great dig attempt there by Klicka, but point for Bowling Green.
Really great cut shot there from Manley, just going straight across the court. Typically the defender's back a little bit further, so that kind of leaves that angle open, and it's a tough shot to hit, but Manley did a great job there.
Bowling Green serve by Walls. Good play by Manley just to get it over there. Vasquez Gomez from the other side. And just over the net. Good save. We've seen some good rallies so far. Big hit from the lefty. And out of bounds, BG gets a 9th point here in this first set.
And again, Lauren Hovey laying down the hammer. I think that actually went off the head of either Bizzario or Serena Gray.
You know, she only has 3 kills, but it seems like more that she's been more active. Fairbanks and Bizzario gets her first kill after entering with 1,001 in her career.
And that was the exact advantage that you could see someone, as in Courtney Bizzario's case, is 6'5", going up against a 6 foot tall Hovey. Just so much more reach, and she was able to get over top of that block.
Vasquez Gomez from the middle. And lefty attempt short by Hovey. And the Panthers now a 10-point lead. Vasquez Gomez. Leading this match with 4 kills. And hit by Juliana Dalton. And a timeout for Bowling Green at 20-9. We'll take a timeout as well. Be back. First set, it's Panthers 20, BG 9. Panthers lead at 20-9 here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse at the University of Pittsburgh campus. Valeria Vasquez Gomez continues to serve for the Panthers on a 3-0 run. Let the serve out of bounds, and BG gets an opportunity here down 20-10.
And if you're BG, those are the things you need to take advantage of. The Panthers just handed you a point, and this is where you need to rally off a couple if you want to try to keep yourself here in this first set.
Fairbanks set, and the kill from Bizzario. Courtney Bizzario, grad student from Iowa, had a decorated career in the Big Ten before coming here to Pitt.
Yeah, decorated, I feel like, is an understatement. An AVCA All-North Region team in 2021, also a second team All-Big Ten in that same year. The previous year, first team All-Big Ten. So, in the Big Ten, we were talking about it at a break before we started, Jeff. The Big Ten is a very tough volleyball conference.
An easy kill for Bowling Green. They take advantage. Mattil, junior from Canfield, now she'll serve 21-11. It's interesting. You know, we were discussing Bizzario, and Serena Gray probably had some big matchups with Bizzario when they were both at their former schools. Of course, Gray from Penn State.
And now they find themselves teammates.
It's funny how it works now. And kill attempt is deep from Juliana Dalton. BG gets a couple of points. Till serve. And up off the Panthers' hands. And Mattil stays on serve.
And a great job by Lauren Hovey at the front of the net. Again, seeing that she had the blockers in front of her, doing the only thing she could and pushing it off of the hands, out of bounds.
6-1 middle blocker. Another good serve. And this time the Panthers kill it. Bizzario gets the Panthers 3 from the first set.
And that was a beauty of a set from Rachel Fairbanks. She was almost all the way out to that far pin, Jeff, and then just had a beautiful set to the right side for Bizzario to be able to put it away.
Cam Ennis will serve. Another big hit from Hovey. Hovey now with 6 kills.
On 12 attempts, she's leading all players in both categories, kills and attempts.
And a set. Doug, now an opportunity and a kill. Bowling Green's Mia Tyler.
Tyler took advantage there. The Panthers had a big hole in their block, which left a hole in their defense, and Tyler put that swing right in there.
It might be too late for this set, although Hovey with the ace to cut it to 6, but some momentum building for Bowling Green here, if nothing else in this first set.
And this game is all about momentum. That's exactly what you need if you're Bowling Green. You're going up against the number 7 team in the country who's coming off a victory today. You're coming off a loss. Momentum is where you're going to be able to win.
And a kill from the Panthers, Rachel Fairbanks. Now the Panthers 2 from this first set. Juliana Dalton. And a wind up and point. Vasquez Gomez puts it away and puts the Panthers a point from this first set. Kill number 5 for Vasquez Gomez. And now fans get on their feet, sensing the end of this set. A BG hits one right on the back line, Jessica Andrews. Andrews just a freshman, getting an opportunity there and taking advantage of it and keeping the Falcons in this first set.
And we haven't seen a lot of kills come from the middle for Bowling Green. So again, you talk about that momentum, different players getting kills, getting themselves into this match.
Alex LeBoy. And middle kill for the Panthers as Dalton ends this first set. And the Panthers probably didn't play as well as they would want to, but
not as clean, just like the first set that they had against American, but they really picked it up. So I'm excited to see what this second set has to offer.
We'll see if Bowling Green can carry over some of the momentum they built towards the end of this first set as the Panthers take the first 25-17. Join us for the second set coming up here from the University of Pittsburgh. Sweet Caroline, if you're a Bowling Green fan or new to Pitt Athletics, you hear it pretty much at every event. Started at football games, and the crowd here into it after the Panthers won the first set 25-17. Valeria Vasquez Gomez, 5 kills. Juliana Dalton with 4. Lauren Hovey with 6 for the Falcons. How do they go about carrying over what they did in that end of the, or mid to end of the first into this second?
It's all about eliminating the errors, which is what we saw in the first match that they had against Towson, and then in the Panthers' first match that they had against American. Just too many mental errors that if you eliminate those, that's a couple of points here and there. And you look at it, they only lost by 8 points. So you have a couple of points swing your way rather than swing the other team's way if you're eliminating those errors. And also moving the ball around. I mean, we've seen Lauren Hovey attack the ball 12 times, but the players that we haven't seen attack it a lot are the middle. So they need to work on their passing in order to get some sets up to their middles, which is what also the Panthers want to be doing.
Panthers will serve. And ball blocked off after the Fairbanks serve. An opportunity for Vasquez. Gomez blocked at the net. Blocked by Mattil.
Mattil and Hovey, the great combination. And you have to credit the player on the outside of that block because Hovey's responsible for setting that block. She's getting Mattil to the right spot. So if Hovey's set in the right spot, Mattil gets to that right spot, and that creates a much better block opportunity.
And a free ball here for Bowling Green, up 1-0. And the kill into the net, and Panther point. Well, your BG, you get a free ball, you're feeling a little momentum, and
that's exactly what I was going to say. Those are the things that you need to improve on. If you're going to be getting a free ball sent over to you, you have to get a better attempt than a swing that goes into the net.
Valeria Vasquez Gomez. And just out on the hit from Bowling Green.
And in, according to the up ref. Overruling the line judge and calling that in. And it looked like for a second Dan Fisher might go over to his challenge card, but
yeah, that was tight.
Keeping it in his pocket.
It's early in the match still. And
there is karma.
Hovey's done so much right, just a bad serve there. It's 2-2.
That's one of those things as a player you would be like, all right, if that call was wrong and then they missed this serve, then then things even out.
Serena Gray. Graduate student from California by way of Penn State. Good block up front.
Starks and Bizzario. That's a formidable force. Starks at 6'2", Bizzario at 6'5". That is tough to get around if you're a hitter on the other side.
Starks now 6 blocks from 400 in her career. Good dig by Starks. Opportunity here for BG on a tip. Perfectly executed by Jessica Andrews.
That was a really smart play. Saw the defense, saw that Serena Gray is in there because she's serving, not typically a player that plays defense, so she was well back and left that whole left front side open inside the 10-foot line.
BG serve. Klicka gets it back in play, and Dalton kills it. Boy, a play where you think if you're BG, you've got an opportunity here, and the Panthers turn it into a kill.
And Jeff, I love watching while this is going on. We have a great angle to watch the play, but also watch Dan Fisher as it's going on. And I'm just seeing him because what we've seen so far is not really great passing from the Panthers on the first ball. So you just see him kind of throw his hands up, tilt his head back. But then when you have an out-of-system play that ends like that, you can't really be that upset.
High in the air. A good dig by the Panthers. Dalton's point opportunity is blocked. I think Andrews was involved in that. Same with Walls.
Yeah, Andrews again. She's come up big here. in this second set to keep it pretty even.
6-4 out of Guelph, Ontario, just outside of Toronto. Panthers set up Fairbanks, good block again, and a find and an open court, I believe by Walls.
BG is a very scrappy team. They'll do whatever they can to get the ball over, and they're not afraid of anyone at the net. They have swung very hard tonight.
That went off the net, and a 6-5 or 5-4 Bowling Green lead. Blocked again by the Panthers. Great save, but unable to get it over after the save by Walls.
Amazing save there.
We saw that last match where it was an amazing pancake and then a hit out of bounds, and it's almost a similar feeling.
And it's just one of those things, you love your teammates, but at the same time you're like, I just made this amazing play. What are you doing? And then, again, what we've seen most of today with the Panthers and another ace.
Juliana Dalton, the third ace of the match for the Panthers after 14 earlier today. Walls decides to hit it over. And Dalton saved it, may have gone out of bounds. Walls, the set, opportunity for Fairbanks. Klicka digs. Deep hit by Vasquez Gomez as the point continues. Panthers with a good save. Can BG get this one? They can't. Ran out of room. And another really good rally. We've seen some good rallies so far in this match. This one goes to the Panthers in a 7-5 lead.
Both teams doing everything they can to keep that ball off of their side of the court. Another, as you said, another really great rally between the two.
A block attempt put down and a kill by Bowling Green. A kill by Caitlin Meyer. So Jaden Walls will serve. BG just down one. Panthers won the first set. BG fighting hard in this one. And a ball off the hands and out of bounds. Fairbanks, the point.
That's the skill set that we talked about earlier today, Jeff, of Rachel Fairbanks. We've seen her set a ball. We've seen her get an ace. We've seen her get a swing and a kill. Does a lot of things for this Panthers team and does them very well.
Ball set. Middle hit blocked. Blocked again by Serena Gray. And flexing after that block point.
You love a good joust at the middle of the net. We would practice that all the time. Coaches
Flexing?
would throw it. Well, yes, obviously. But you would throw a ball up, and then you'd have players on both sides, and it was just a winner take all. If you're stronger than your teammate and pushing it over, and we would practice that all the time. So great job there of Serena Gray coming out on top of that joust.
Set to Dalton. Big dig by LeBoy. But all for naught as Gray puts it down off the BG libero, and a 10-6 lead and a timeout for the Falcons. It's been back and forth for a lot of this second set, but the Panthers lead at 10-6 here in Pittsburgh. Panthers take the first set. They're leading here in the second. 5 kills for Vasquez Gomez and for Dalton. 7 for Hovey for Bowling Green.
And Bowling Green has really been hitting better as of late. Through the latter half of that first set into this second set, they're now hitting at a 120 clip, which doesn't sound great, but for a while at the beginning they were hitting negative. So they've climbed out of that a lot better.
Amy Klicka's gotten the start. How about that return? There's Klicka again, who's had a really nice match so far. That went off the hands, out of bounds. Panther point. Klicka with 7 digs, 4 assists. Sophomore getting that start here tonight. Vasquez Gomez wide.
Just out. Great thought from Vasquez Gomez to go line, but too much on that swing.
Julia Walls will serve for Bowling Green, trailing by 4, still in the second set. Walls. Hovey just a little deep. Panther point.
I like the change of pace from Hovey, just a little bit too strong on the attempt.
Rachel Fairbanks to serve. Set a, we believe, is a pit record.
Tied a pit record.
2 aces per set, 6 overall ties the record. But 6 aces in 3 sets is just something you don't see. And you don't see 6 aces in a 5-setter, but in a 3-setter.
By one player, that's the key.
Right.
Teams could easily get 6 as a team, but for one player to get 6 in a 3-set match, unheard of.
EG back with the point, 12-8. Wind up by Vasquez Gomez, and it was tipped by Bowling Green.
I think into the net, Bowling Green. I want to say that was Andrews. Either way, the point goes over to the Panthers.
And the serve to Vasquez Gomez. 13-8 pit. And middle block. I don't know if she got it or it was a little short into the net. Either way, it's Panther point.
I think it was more of what Andrews wasn't able to do with the swing rather than what Serena Gray did. But Serena Gray was in the right place at the right time, so even if the ball did go over, I think that Gray would have gobbled that one up.
Panthers now up 6. And that block by Serena Gray.
Looked like it didn't stay on the Panthers side, so point over to Bowling Green on that one.
It's interesting because Gray got so excited, and then you realize.
And I think that she thought that it went over onto Bowling Green's side, but it instead went down on the pit side.
G serve, no doubt about that one for Gray, as she kills from the middle. Jeff Hathorn and Amanda Siley here with you from the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse in the University of Pittsburgh campus. Panthers lead at 15-9 here in set number 2. Panther block, Fairbanks backside. And that's going to go out of bounds on the kill by Bazzario.
That was a very long pass attempt there.
Shows you the power of the hit, that it sailed all the dig attempt sailed all the way back past the back line.
Yeah, most of passing is all about momentum, so that shows you how strong, like you said, that attack was to go off of her arms all the way to the other side.
7-point lead and some Issues there for BG that have been resolved. And that shot out of bounds by Bowling Green.
Tyler, coming back into the game for Bowling Green here in the front row.
Placing Manley. Panthers build an 8-point lead here in the second set. Just a little deep. Klicka comes back in for Gray. Substitutions for BG as well. Meyer comes in, as does Alex LeBoy. Boy, the junior from Avon, Ohio. It'll hit, good dig, but miscommunication, Panther point.
That's another one where Giuliani's Torres really did a great job with the up, but then no one was there to be able to get the second ball up.
Panthers hitting .364 here in this match. Middle hit dug by Vasquez Gomez, and the hit by Kat Flood. And her first point of this match.
How about Kat Flood coming into the game and immediately getting on the score sheet with a kill?
Kat Flood, the junior from Illinois. Panthers lead it 19-10 here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. (19-10) Panthers. 26 kills for Pitt to 17 for BG. Aces are 3-1 Panthers. And Ennis with an opportunity here to get the Panthers up 10. Big swing from Bowling Green.
Caitlin Meyer there on the outside.
Caitlin Meyer, 4-time All-MAC. BG trying to get a run, get back in this second set. Fairbanks, the big hit, good block. Wall sets it up for Meyer again. And the Panthers, I'm not sure if it was a double hit or into the net. Either way, it's BG point.
Yeah, double contact there. A great job of setting up the block, Sabrina Starks and Kat Flood, but it went off, I think, again, the top of one of their heads, and neither of them knew where it went and tried to get at it too late.
Fairbanks from far back. Good block by Bowling Green.
Alexis
Mathill.
Mathill. Big block there from the middle hitter.
BG back to within 6. Torres continues to serve. Running in is Kat Flood. Flood's hit block, but into the net. Panther point.
All these Panther players, Jeff, do such a great job of being ready to come into the game. Kat Flood didn't play it all the first set, just comes in, already now has 2 kills at the service line. A big block there from Valeria Vasquez Gomez. Followed that hitter all the way across the net, got up for a big block.
It's like she was shadowing.
Exactly, and put herself in the perfect position, got up at the right time, hands over the net.
Kat Flood's second serve. Crawls over and a good dig by Walls. Myers hit, and another point for Caitlin Meyer. Well, you notice her athleticism at 5'10". She plays a lot bigger than that.
A lot of these Bowling Green players do. I mean, we've seen Lauren Hovey, who stands just at 6 foot even. She leads all players with 7 kills. She's gotten up on a lot of her attacks.
Jaden Walls. Vasquez Gomez. And BG stays in the point. In the middle, Starks is dug by Torres. Meyer just wide. And Pitt's 3 points from the second set. But again, this BG team is fought. You mentioned they're scrappy. There haven't been easy points for the Panthers in this evening match.
Yeah, at this point, BG is actually out blocking Pitt 4-3.
Wind up by Caitlin Meyer. She kills from the other side. BG climbs back to within 6.
And Caitlin Meyer was really a force going all the way across the front row as she goes out of the game now, but she did a great job, got a couple of kills in a row there. As you saw her coming off the court, she's now in second on her team tonight in kills with 4.
See how excited she is. Opportunity in the middle, good dig by Walls. Vasquez Gomez winds up off the hands of a Falcon. 23-15 here in the second.
Vasquez Gomez going high off the hands. Now the Panthers inching their way closer to a 2-0 advantage here.
Rachel Fairbanks, 4 kills, 8 assists. And a near ace. And that killed deep. Didn't touch a Panther. It's set point here for Pitt. Panthers took the first set, 25-17. Big kill from that left side.
Mia Tyler says, not quite yet, Panther fans. Stay on your feet a little longer.
Impressive for Tyler, the sophomore from Louisville. Her father played basketball at Bowling Green, so PG tradition for the Tyler family. Still, though, the Panthers a point from this set. Served by Mattil. And some miscommunications, a tough play for Bowling Green to end the second set.
It's again those mental errors that you have to eliminate when you're playing the number 7 team in the country as they take a 2-0 lead headed into the third set here.
25-17 in the first set, 25-16 in the second. We'll be back with set number 3 here from the University of Pittsburgh. Panthers up 2-0 as we're ready to start the third set here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse between Bowling Green and the University of Pittsburgh. Panthers hitting .359. BG hitting .103. Panthers held American earlier today to a negative hitting percentage.
And Jeff, that's what the Panthers have done all season, though, and what they've done over the past couple of seasons. When you look at their statistics, on the season so far, their opponents are averaging hitting under a 200 clip at 196. So the Panthers defensively have been very stout, especially as we talked about with all the height that they have gained to this team with the transfers that they have.
For Bowling Green, this is part of an aggressive schedule for the Falcons. Daniela Tomic playing 13th ranked Purdue, Loyola Chicago, always a good volleyball school, at Tennessee, 22nd ranked Western Kentucky. Now here at Pitt, and an opening ace for Julia Walls. They'll also play Mississippi State and Michigan before they get into MAC play.
And I've been very impressed with this Bowling Green team. As we talked about, they're not a very tall team, but they can get up. All of their players can get up for blocks, can get up for attacks, and they're very scrappy.
Serena Gray can get up as well.
Very, very much so, yes. We've come to see that a lot, as last season she had 267 kills, 132 blocks, and just hitting a simple 417.
Gray now 1-1 here in the third. Keep hit by Meyer. Opportunity here for the Panthers. Bazzario saved by Walls. Torres sets up Hovey, who buries it again for her 8th kill.
And Jeff, Jaden Walls has been all over this court for Bowling Green. Anytime there's a ball that needs to get up in the air, Jaden Walls is underneath of it. Everywhere on this court. Credit what she's been able to do to keep so many points alive for the Falcons.
And another kill in the middle, where the Panthers have been a lot more effective today. Sabrina Starks.
That's her 4th kill. You look at Serena Gray having 6 in the middle as well. So a lot more production from the middles, which when we talked to Coach Dan Fisher a couple of days ago, he said that's what they wanted. They wanted that production to come from the middles, and it started with the great passing that they've had and maybe a little bit of luck like we just saw there with the serve that creeped over. I think it literally crawled over the top of the net for Cam Ennis.
A 4th ace for the Panthers, and an unfortunate break for the Falcons. Hovey left-handed, but into the net. Panther point, 5-2. You know, we mentioned the schedule for Bowling Green. The Panthers have also had a challenging schedule, having to play San Diego on the road, Hawaii at A&M. They didn't play well against Cincinnati. They won that match, but Cincinnati's not a bad program. Then Utah State and at BYU, as that point is to Bowling Green. The BYU match, the win by the Panthers there, ended a 30-match winning streak by the Cougars at home.
And that was a big match to come on the right side of, and you just went down that gauntlet of teams that the Panthers have played. 4 of those 6 teams to start were either ranked or receiving votes. And that's something that Dan Fisher has really tried to do, is play teams early in the season that are tough in hopes that you're able to beat them, but also so that helps your RPI towards the end of the season.
And a kill.
And I think a kill like that will always help anyone's season, as we see that from
Sabrina
Starks. And a player that Dan Fisher said that he wanted to be able to find a place on the court for. But when you have the plethora of players that this Panthers team has, and especially the caliber of player that this Panther team has, it's hard to get some players that are excellent even on the court playing time.
And a near ace by Dalton turns into what would have been a crazy point if that would have hit the line off the face.
Off the face of Dalton. Klicka tried to keep it alive, and she very nearly did. If that ball
that would
landed,
have been amazing.
What an assist from Juliana Dalton off of her face. Not the ideal body part to use to pass the ball, but, you know.
Got to do what you got to do, right?
Whatever works.
5-4 Panthers. BG's opportunity to tie it, and a really good block by Andrews. The freshman Andrews has made some plays here. A couple of kills, 3 blocks. It's 5 all.
2 kills on 6 attempts. She does have the 2 hitting errors, but as you mentioned, those 3 big blocks as, again, Bowling Green out blocking Pitt 6-3.
Wind up by Vasquez Gomez, and the point by the Panthers. In between matches today, we spoke briefly with Dan Fisher and mentioned, wow, nice job with the 14 aces. Yeah, we gave it away with 14 errors. He'll always find something, and there'll be things from this match.
But that's the sign of a good coach. You obviously want to take in the things that happen, but you have to account for the mistakes that you made, because against top-tier teams, you can't have those mistakes.
Really good dig by Torres from the back row. Point for Bowling Green. Mattil gets the point. Excuse me, Androva the point. Petra Androva. What a season she is coming off of. Kill by Fairbanks. That's off of Androva in the back. Seven, 6 Panthers. Panthers 6-1 on the season, ranked 7th in the nation. And what a hit by Jaden Walls. Seen that a couple of times from her. Just, I'd say volleyball IQ is high for Jaden Walls.
Absolutely. She is in the right place at the right time always and making such a smart play.
7-all here in the third set. It's Panthers' first day of playing at home on the season. Walls will serve. Middle hit, killed.
And how about Alexis Akeo, newly into the match for the Panthers, getting the assist?
On Serena Gray's kill.
So Rachel Fairbanks getting a little bit of a breather, and Alexis Akeo. How do you like that? You have Rachel Fairbanks who's getting a breather, and you bring in an all-ACC player in Alexis Akeo.
That's where the Panthers program is. Credit to Dan Fisher and his staff. Good dig by Vasquez Gomez, but into the net were the Panthers.
Unfortunate there, as that looked like it was going to be a good rally between these two teams again, which we've seen a number of those tonight. I think one of them lasted at least 90 seconds, at least, and then you had another attempt that went probably about 60.
8-8 here in the third. And that middle set has really worked. An 8th kill for Serena Gray.
And that's what you love to see, because as I've said a couple of times, when that's happening, that means you're getting good passes. The setter has every opportunity to set any of their front row players, and if you get a good one, you can get a quick pass set up to the middle.
Tyler blocked at the net. Bizzario.
It's like she doesn't. I know that she's trying, but from our perspective, it looks like she's not even trying, and she's just like swinging and putting the ball down, jumping and getting a block. Like, it just looks so effortless.
And it seemed like that block was off her shoulder as opposed to her arm. She's up so high. Gray's serve. Panthers up 2. Tyler. Bizzario for the Panthers. Good dig by Walls. Tyler again. And
It's
Panthers
the net again.
into the net. So some errors for the Panthers here as Klicka returns. And back for BG is Andrews. Mattil serving for Bowling Green. Trailing by a point, down 2 sets to love. Service error for Bowling Green.
It's so tough there when you have a chance. The Panthers have given you a couple of points, and you find yourself down 1, momentum kind of shifting your way, and then you just hit the ball straight into the net.
Panthers lead by 2. Ennis is to serve for Pitt. Set by Walls, blocked but out of bounds. BG within a point.
And there is Hovey. We haven't mentioned her name a lot here in this second set, but coming in with now her 9th kill to lead all players, tooling it off the block there.
Androva had 458 kills last year and is serving for Bowling Green. That swing Save for now. And through the stands. And okay.
Jeff, that time
Androva.
it wasn't Jaden Walls, it was Julia Walls with the great up to start, and then Androva trying to finish the play off.
I've got a 33% chance there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're checking on Androva, I believe, after she crashed through the bench. Androva wants to get back in. Maybe just have a little bit of blood that they had to cover up. And she returns. Great effort by Androva. Again, it's been a really good, solid effort from Bowling Green here today, even though the results haven't been what they've wanted. 2-point lead for Pitt. Tyler winds up. And the hit by Fairbanks is long, no tip, and no challenge. 12-11.
Jeff, there was also a really great pass from the 6'5" Juliana Dalton in that play. So that's something when we talked to Coach Fisher that he was very impressed with. Dalton standing at 6'5", but a great defensive player, which you don't typically see from an outside hitter of that height.
Middle hit this time blocked by BG, but out of bounds. Pitt point. Andrews got her hands on that, but caromed out of bounds, and Klicka will serve for the Panthers, up 2 here in the third set. Both teams will play tomorrow. BG will get American. The Panthers will face Towson. Deep hit by Androva. Panthers, Vasquez Gomez hits it in the back.
And now her
14-11.
8th kill to tie Serena Gray on the team, who has 8. And look at the balance of the Panthers. Vasquez Gomez and Gray both have 8. Then Fairbanks and Starks have 6. Dalton has 5. Bizarro has 4. Cat Flood has 2. I mean, how do you stop that?
Look a serve. Meyer winds up. And a free opportunity here for BG. Meyer wants it. She'll tip it, and that tip has worked really well for Bowling Green as the Falcons get back to within 2.
Again, something you mentioned, just that volleyball IQ, very high for Bowling Green. We talked about they might not have the height, but they sure know what to do with the height that they do have.
And just hits the back line. An ace for Torres. And the Falcons are down 1. Julianes Torres, 26 aces last year. Led the Falcons with 24 digs in their first match. This is set. And Fairbanks is blocked at the line, and we're tied here in the third.
That was the combo of Caitlin Meyer and Alexis Mattil. And now the Panthers call a timeout.
It's 14-all, third set here at the University of Pittsburgh. struggling coming into this set. BG hitting 375 here in the third set as we are 14 all. And the Falcons almost saved that kill from Valeria Vasquez Gomez, but unable. Pitt retakes the lead, and Rachel Fairbanks will serve.
And that's someone, if you're BG and find yourselves down one of the people you don't want to be at the service line, as she can go on a run at any time.
Rachel Fairbanks. She's played in so many big matches. She's only a sophomore. And wind up and off the hands of Dalton. And we're back tied at 15. Jaden Walls will serve for Bowling Green. And serves it deep.
It's one of the first few mistakes that I've seen from Jaden Walls. As we've mentioned a couple of times, she's really done it all with some great assists, great passes, just great everything, and they're just a big miscue as we were sitting knotted at 15.
Vasquez Gomez now for the Panthers. Walls, Hovey. Here comes Pitt the other way. Dalton winds up. Blocked and controlled. Big swing. Vasquez Gomez has her hands on. Back and forth they go. Now a tip opportunity for the Panthers, dug well by Bowling Green. Dalton off of Torres. Plicka. Pizarro gets the point eventually for the Panthers. And saw coming out towards the court was Daniela Tomic encouraging her team, like, hey, keep going, keep playing this way.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with anything that they did on that rally, getting a ton of touches on the ball, some great swings, just great defense and great offense all around. Just the Panthers able to finish it off with the 6'5" Pizarro.
2-point lead for Pitt and a 2-set lead here in the match. Center hit, knocked up in the air. Be a free ball for BG. Walls to Hovey. A 10th kill for the lefty freshman.
Now Hovey becomes the first player for either team to get into double digits in kills. She's had 19 attempts, hitting at a 316 clip, so a pretty solid night for the freshman.
Julia Walls to serve. Julia's the senior, Jaden's the junior. MAC Defensive Player of the Year. 571 digs.
Just a couple.
Some strong forearms. Pizarro hits one deep and in.
Again, she just makes it look so easy. But at the same time, the kill is so strong.
Six Panthers with 5 or more kills. And none to double figures. Serena Gray to serve. Dug by Walls. A hit blocked but out of bounds. Pitt now up 3. And you know how many times, when you saw the Panthers when Dan Fisher first got here, they would have matches like this, they would be competitive and not find a way to pull it out in the end. Now, you almost expect Pitt, okay, they got up 3.
Yeah, and on many occasions years ago, they would give up a set to a lot of teams, but now you've come accustomed to them being able to beat teams 3-0. But a lot of teams are really getting to the caliber that the Panthers are at. And again, Lauren Hovey getting another kill.
Hovey has had quite a match here competed on 3 different Canadian national teams and is showing off her talent here in Pittsburgh tonight. Dalton blocked. And a free ball here for BG to get within 1. Tyler's blocked at the net. Bazzario.
Bazzario and Stark say not so fast on this comeback for the Falcons.
A 4th block for Bazzario. It's back to a 3-point lead.
And Jeff, with that last kill for Lauren Hovey, she now has her career high. As we said, she's just a freshman, but she had 10 kills against Western Kentucky last week and now 11 here tonight.
Cam Ennis serving for the Panthers. Another tip opportunity there for BG. Wind up, and that tip goes out of bounds. Pitt point.
Not the prettiest kill there from Juliana Dalton, but got it off of the hands of the blockers and out of bounds.
Panthers up 4 late in the 3rd. Panthers already up 2-0 here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. Last year, the Falcons were 21-9 overall, 16-2 in the MAC. They beat Notre Dame. They lost 3-2 to Cincinnati. They lost the MAC championship to Ball State 3-2. You could tell they're going to be a force in the Mid-American Conference again this year. And it's a serve with the Panthers up 4. And middle kill by Andrews. And a couple of freshmen here for Bowling Green. Andrews and Hovey. The future looks bright for the Falcons. Now the senior Androva. Dalton just having to hit it over. Opportunity here for Tyler, blocked at the net. Pitt point. Dalton was in there.
Dalton, Starks, both in there. Not sure who exactly got it, but between the two of them, it went down.
22-18 Panthers. Dalton to serve with 6 kills and a service error. Substitutions for Bowling Green. The boy will serve for BG. And that one's out. Well, we've seen a couple of service errors that have just been critical for the Falcons here in the third.
You get the point to get yourself within 3 as the Panthers are getting close to closing out this match, and then you serve the ball out of bounds right after they just served it into the net. Tough break there for the Falcons.
Chance for Emmy Klicka. Lined up by Vasquez Gomez, good block by BG. And the dive attempt, just not enough from Torres.
You talk about this.
Vasquez Gomez, her 10th kill.
The athleticism for Vasquez Gomez. She had in the first match that we saw, there was 6 straight sets that got put to her way, and then there you saw 2 in a row and quick sets in for her.
Match point for the Panthers. From the back end, Drova, it goes out of bounds. Panthers end it on a block, and another sweep, the second of the day for the Pitt Panthers.
Really impressed with the fight from Bowling Green. They have a lot of great players, a lot of senior leadership, but a lot of young players that really stepped up against the Panthers. But when you're going against the 7th team in the country and they have all the depth that they do, it's just difficult. And we saw the Panthers struggle a little bit in that first set, but really come along in the second and third sets.
And thanks to our outstanding crew. For Amanda Siley, I'm Jeff Hathorn. Panthers win it 3-0 against Bowling Green here at the University of Pittsburgh.